Okay. Here's the thing that I get the most excited about when women learn some basic tools for playing bigger. Because once you have some ways to quiet the inner critic when it comes up, and once you are able to unhook from praise and criticism, and you have met your inner mentor and have a sense of your own voice of inner wisdom, guess what that frees you up to do? The best part of all is that then you have the opportunity. It's like the space has been cleared where now you can hear and you can notice and receive your unique callings. So, what the heck do I mean by that? What are callings really in modern life and in a grounded way that doesn't rely on any magical thinking? Well, I've talked with a lot of people over the years in my courses and workshops about their ideas that they want to bring into the world, about their dreams for what they want to create, whether a community organization or a form of art or a business or a project at their child's school or at their church or in their neighborhood. Whatever it is they want to create, there really are some patterns in how those ideas show up for us. And it's really that I mean by a calling. It's when we have an idea or inspiration about a form of good that we want to bring into the world. And I don't think we talk about this enough. Like, this is a fundamental part of human life, that we get these nudges that don't leave us alone, that we get these ideas that we have clear or vague visions of. Or sometimes we just know we're super frustrated about some problem or unmet need in the world, and we don't quite yet know what our solution is, but we know that's my issue to work on. I feel like I must do something about that. Those are callings. And my definition of a calling is simply that it's the assignment, because we often do have this sense of, I just somehow feel assigned to this idea or this project. The assignment that we receive as individuals to bring goodness or love into the world in some particular way. Maybe that's you want to improve the onboarding process at your workplace, or you want to help your company have a better, less destructive environmental impact. Maybe you want to create that garden at your kids' school. Maybe you want to help that particular person as they're going through a difficult cancer treatment. Maybe you can envision a beautiful type of tapestry that you want to create with your artistic skills. Maybe you want to create a business that provides healthy snacks for busy families. Our callings take lots and lots of different forms, but what they really are about is we live in this flawed, wounded world, and all the time we are encountering the problems and unmet needs in it. But some of those needs and some of those problems tap us on the shoulder more strongly than others and say, you, that problem or need in the world has something to do with you, your gifts, your contribution, your role. Now, a lot of times our first response to that is, that's ridiculous. I'm not the one for that. I'm not qualified. I don't have what that would take. And what I want to let you know is that's actually a very typical response to a calling. So having that feeling of, I don't measure up to the significance of that calling, or that calling's kind of random given what I'm formally trained to do, or I don't think I could take that leap, or I have no time and capacity for that right now. Those are very, very common responses to our callings. And in fact, Joseph Campbell, who was the great scholar of myth and literature that mapped out this kind of pattern of how the hero's journey shows up in literature and myth all around the world. Part of that actual map that shows up again and again in those stories is that first a hero receives the call, and the very next step is the hero resists the call. And sometimes in our lives, that resistance can go on for a really long time, particularly if we don't know how to recognize it. So we want to become people who can welcome those callings. Why? Why does it even matter? Well, the other thing I have seen in my own life and from so many of the people that I support in my courses and workshops is that our callings really bring us alive. They are one of the best sources of vitality and feelings of joy and feelings of meaning that we can find in this life. And they don't have to be the thing that pays your bills, and they're often not. So sometimes our life path works out such that, right, our callings and the thing we do for money, those two circles overlap. and we get to do both at the same time. But a lot of times we're doing one thing that has value in our current world's marketplace, and our callings are something we fit in through that work or as part of that work or around the outside hours that aren't when we're doing the job that pays the bills. So you don't need to worry or wait on a way to have your calling be the way that pays the bills, even if you think it might down the line. I'm always encouraging people find that scrappy way to start working on the calling now, because even working on it for an hour a week or 15 minutes a day or a couple hours a week, that will change your life. And when I say working on your calling, I don't mean doing the kind of preparatory homework that's related to the calling but not the thing itself. I mean, really get creative about what's at the essence of your calling and how can you live that now. So if you can't yet raise all the money or find the retail space or get the resources in place to do the thing the most final way you want to do it, find something that gets you doing that very essence of it in a messy, imperfect, much more available and immediate way now. That's what's important for starting to get that vitality and awakening that our callings bring. That's why I get so excited when we have the Playing Big toolkit. It will serve you lots of ways in its own right, but it also does allow us to start to live this life where we get to listen for, welcome, and then really live into our callings. And that's where we can find so much joy and vitality.